Oh, let's go! The Essence I found was really good for uphill shots. I didn't really get a feel for how it was for turns yet. That's why I'm actually doing this other video, so you guys can see how the Essence compares to a TD and a Metal Flake FD. Welcome back, folks, for another Rivas MC review. Today is going to be a special one, talking about the new Essence that drops May 14th. I'm going to show you a few lines, including an Anheuser line, flat line, as well as a Heiser line, and comparing the Metal Flake FD and the TD. So first up right here, I think you're going to see a Metal Flake.
Definitely holds that turnover line really nice. I mean, that's a Metal Flake FD, a really beaten up one. Pretty much the same glide, pretty much the same distance.
Then what you got here is the new Neo Essence, staying to the right and never coming out of the flip, which I like to see. And this is a brand new C-Line TD. You're going to notice that it gets a really good glide, but it never really breaks to the right like the Essence does.
I'm going to try these on a flat release.
The best thing about this disc with this shot right here is that I'm probably giving it about 80%, nothing more than that. And then you got a brand new TD here, 80%, and you'll notice it's a little more stable than the Essence. So here I'm going to be comparing it to a beat up C-Line TD. This is one of my favorite discs that I own. It's been in my bag for about 3 years now. And you'll notice that both that and the Metal Flake FD, which I throw here, get a very late flip and stay to the right and glide, similar to the Essence. And then moving on to the Heiser, you're going to notice that it gets a very nice flip. It actually rides pretty far and then crashes back to the left and never actually turned too hard. This is a brand new C-Line TD. You'll notice that it doesn't flip like the Essence did.
Beat up TD, I am shocked how much glide this Essence is getting.
And you're going to notice that it actually had a very similar flip to the Essence. Obviously not as high as a shot. And then this is the Metal Flake FD, which doesn't go as far, but gets a good flip and then does come out of it.
Let's see what we got here. So the Essence is right there, Metal Flake FD, and then the TD.
So continuing the Heiser theme, I'm throwing the Neo Essence here. And this one goes pretty far, probably around 380, 390. It was one of my first throws of the day.
Wow, that went actually really far, and I didn't even throw it that hard.
And then here I'm throwing the C-Line TD on a flat line to show you how it compares to the Essence on the same line.
The Metal Flake FD landed. Kind of expected that, a little shorter than the other ones. And the other ones, here's the Essence. Now remember guys, this is an 8-speed. So this is an 8-speed. Remember that. And look, it beat the TD, probably the same power. And I love the TD, and that's a 10-speed.
So the Essence is definitely going right in the bag. I'm loving it for those big turnover shots. I personally think it's going to be great because I don't have to wait 2 years to beat up my TD. As you can see, it actually was able to do some of those flips on a flat line as well as on an Annie. Sometimes a brand new TD like this one can actually stable out for me at the end of its flight path, especially when I'm throwing it on the Annie. So the fact that the Essence was able to handle those lines a little better and actually break to the right harder than the TD shows a lot of promise. So in my personal opinion, I think that TD is actually a 10-5 minus 1-1. Meanwhile, the Essence actually flies like a 10-6 minus 2-1. And it's only because the glide was pretty good. And it got more turn than the TD did, especially a brand new TD. I don't think the Essence is going to replace the Metal Flake FD, especially beat up ones, because the Metal Flake FD is still going to be better for those shorter shots. I think the Essence is a little too much disc for some of the Heiser flips, 300, 350 foot shots that I need. But I think it's actually going to be a very good complement with the Metal Flake because I'm going to be able to do both in terms of getting a little more distance with the Essence and then shortening up with the Metal Flake FD. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you're digging the content.